Hey there everyone. So this video I'm making on the day which we first got to see the new skill rune Flame Cannon, sorry, along with the two other fire skills on Archer and Knight. But I'm releasing it when these runes have been released into the game, just because I don't want to be giving prior knowledge. Technically I'm not allowed to do that. So anyway, as far as it is right now, this rune is working as we expect, with that 15,000 damage going on all 6 hits, and that 6% fire damage, all 6 hits again, and they both crit. So this is literally super powerful. Now to give you an example, okay, I'm doing it in here. I'm invincible right now, so don't need to worry about getting hit. The damage I do with basic attacks is about 180,000 or so. You saw there 170, 190, about 180,000, and yeah, I checked out the damage. It puts that fire damage all together. So the base damage hits like 115, 120, and then the fire damage on top's like 270,000 or something. Anyway, point is, I've got myself 200% fire damage, and I'm going to use Master of Ice just for auto crit, then just to look at how much damage it actually does. So this is obviously much higher than other people will hit. The fire damage as well, it's hitting 700,000, that's times 6, and then plus you've got the base damage on top. So oh, again, I should say the stats. Roughly what you'd have if you had full mythic right now, along with about 70 class promotion. So it's what sort of the top players have right now, just more fire damage than them. So max fire blast, it does 1.2 million with fire damage, plus about 200,000 with the base hit. So that's hitting 1.4 million, and then this one is hitting what did I say? It's like 700,000 with the extra damage and 100,000 with the base damage. So that's 800 times 6, 4,800. Yes, that's right. 4.8 million. So I mean 4.8 million compared to the sort of 1.4 million from Fire Blast. The longer cooldown, of course, but this is an incredible one-shot move. So if I actually attack, I should probably use Master of Ice first. If I attack this boss, I'll just get rid of the other enemies. I don't see how much of his health it takes off. That wasn't a very decent chunk. Are we going to die this again? It's got lots of health, but really, there we go. Let's do a couple more hits. This isn't a brilliant example because the boss has lots of health, but yeah, it does do tons of damage, and in PvP, this is going to be crazy. Sorry, I'm a little bit unwell. I do think this is a little bit too powerful. Well, a little bit, way too powerful. And I don't know what they were thinking making this skill rune. They've now given mana bolts all 5 elements, so it literally can be used in all content. It's like an OP skill now. And yeah, I'm just going to kill this boss off. So you can see with basic attacks, that's how fast the boss health goes down. And then occasionally I can just go take off a huge chunk. It's tons. Anyway, yeah, you can see this isn't a very structured video. Just thought I'd make it just to sort of show you the skill rune and show it does work as we all thought it would, which is just stupidly good. I'll just show the other 2 skill runes. Yeah, I'm going to put it straight into my skill runes guide with all the stats on it, because it does take different amount of experience and stuff. I run all the numbers. I won't show it in this video, but I'll just talk about it. So it takes about 50% more than the other skill runes. It takes, how much is it? 170,000. It takes 260,000, sorry. And a lot of the damage in all 3 of the skill runes comes from the static damage, not the percent. So I haven't actually got this yet, but it will work the same. So that 18,750, that will come literally in the last... sorry, 60% of that comes in the last quality, the artifact quality. And as you can see, the 28% is tiny. Really, a lot of the damage is going to be coming in the artifact quality, so you need to be prepared to do the 260,000 experience in order to make these skill runes good. Now, this whirl one is pretty awesome for PvP, because whirl gives you stun immunity, so a lot of people use it just for that. And then this means they're using Shadow Whirl because it means you can still use abilities at the same time. This, again, you can also use abilities at the same time, so it's got that great effect, plus actually lots of damage. So That's also an awesome one. And then if we just if we just take a look at the Archer one for spread shot, unfortunately a lot worse than the other two, and but again, a lot of the damage comes from the static damage, so the 40% is quite small, but 4,000 over 5 seconds, that's either going to be 5 or 6 hits. I haven't got the rune yet, so I can't check, but for a skill that's got a cooldown of 1 second, and it hits area damage, this is actually makes it quite powerful. Compared to other skill runes, like, say, for example, Scorching Arrows or Empowered Rapid Fire, it's not as good, and definitely not as powerful. But for PvE, it should be really awesome, especially because it's got that knockback on it. But yeah, the one downside on the Archer class is that you've got so much basic attack buffs that if you stack all them up and you do basic attacks, you do so much DPS, damage per second, that really the skills have to be super powerful for you actually to consider using them. So that's why probably you won't end up using this skill. And considering it takes more experience, probably you won't want to do it. But if you've done other skills, like for example Scorching Arrows, Mark of Ice is quite a good one, Empowered Rapid Fire, if you've done the good ones, then it's probably quite a good one to defer to, and to then get up itself. But you, again, because all the damage comes on the static damage, you've got to get it to max. Anyway, that's everything I wanted to say. Oh god, this cough was not coming on before I started the video. So Flame Cannon, completely overpowered, and I do think it really needs a nerf, but then again, I'm going to level this to max as soon as I get it, so if they do nerf it, it'll be a little bit annoying for me. But yeah, so that's it. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.